Hi, my name is Dan, and this is Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning into my channel. This is the Jesus, where am I? This is the October, after 12 of these, I feel like I'm in August still. This is the October predictive Tarotscope for the month of October 2019 for my favorite sign of all, my home sign, Pisces, my patient Pisces. You guys always wait till the very end, but you know what? I believe we save the best for last. So, I am about to do your guys' October predictions. I'm very excited. Please hit the like button. That's the thumbs up button on the YouTube screen. Or like it anywhere you see it on Facebook. If it's posted anywhere on Facebook, please give it a like, a shout out, a share, a comment. And if you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can have chat there and all of that. So please hit the bell also if you do choose to subscribe so that you will be notified anytime I do another reading or a charm reading or a pick a card or whatever. I have all sorts of fun stuff on the channel. So I am going to shuffle the cards for my fellow Pisceans to see what October has in store for us. So if you have Pisces heavily in your chart, sun, moon, rising, or even in your Venus, if this turns into a love reading, you would want to cross-watch this video. Pisces is a great watery, intuitive sign. So, you know, if you are in love with a Pisces person and you want to know what might be going on in their month, you can certainly, you know, cross-stalk this post, this reading, and, you know, look at this video and watch it for those of you that admire us sexy Pisces. Although we can be a little crazy and alcoholic, we make for good bed partners, if you know what I mean. Imagination can go far in the physical realms. All right, so let's see what's going on in the cards for my little fishies. Fish, 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 what do you wish? October brings us a tasty dish. That's my little witch incantation for us. I'm just happy to have finished up these Tarotscopes, and I always love ending with Pisces. I know my Pisces viewers are always like, can you start with Pisces? But I kind of like to cap it off with Pisces. We are at the end of the zodiac for a reason. The belief is that our souls have traveled through all the other signs, and that's why we are so empathetic and psychic and aware, is because we've incarnated through all the other signs of the zodiac, and that's why we have to be last. That's why we're so able to relate to others. The fishes swim in both directions because we can see the duality in everything. We can see the good, the bad. We can see all sides of the argument. That's why we are so amazing. Anyways, this first card is going to tell us a little bit about sort of where we'll be resonating in the month of October. This is sort of our default setting, or the card that's the general gist of what the overall, how we're going to be in the month of October. Not the entire time, but the majority of the time. So this is the Three of Cups, which is love. Beautiful, beautiful card. I love that we're kicking off as a water sign with a Cups card, because Cups is the suit of water. So we're in our element. This is what that tells me right out of the gate, is we are in our element with the Cups kicking off our reading. The other thing that I want to say in all of this is that this being the Three of Cups, this is really about the celebration of not only ourselves, but our loved ones. Those of us that we're in a relationship with, those of us that are close to us in our families, our friends that we're close to. This is really about using the month of October to find the opportunities to appreciate not only ourselves, which is very, very important, but to pour those gifts of love upon the ones that we care about the most, right? So that could be our significant others, our husbands, our wives, our children, our family members. But this is really like where we're going to be centered on the gifts of those things and being grateful for those things in the month of October, okay? For some of you, this could be very literal. You know, you might find yourself in a like kinky little three-way, but hey, go for it. It's gonna feel good because it is a Cups. And you know, us Pisces, we get a little freaky too. So if those of you who are looking for that kind of a thing, hey, you see that attractive couple at the end of the bar, go up and say hello. You never know. They might buy you a drink, you little alcoholic fish. All right, so the next card is the Foundation. This card tells us a little bit about sort of where we've been up until in the recent past that's led us to this place of love, to this appreciation of ourselves and others in the month of October. So this is the Ace of Crystals. Wow, talk about brilliant thought. Have we been having the previous month really being in a really good mental space? Have we been finding a lot of clarity or thinking outside of the box? Have we been sort of having compelling new ideas or pushing ourselves forward with the idea of positive thought? That's what this card represents. There's a lot of energy with this card, and there's a lot of mental clarity with this card, and brilliance, right? I mean, it is called the Brilliance card for that very reason. But what I do want to say is that these thoughts have brought about these emotional changes in us that have allowed us to see things differently, that have allowed us to see things more clearly, and have allowed us to sort of bring forth this Three of Cups into the month of October that allows us to pour forth our love and feel protected and safe and appreciate not only, like I said, ourselves, but those around us that are close to us. This brilliant thought too, this card feels long-term to me, in the sense that whatever we were doing in the recent past, wherever we were open-minded and thinking in new ways or with this sort of acute clarity, we're going to be reaping the benefits of these thoughts, because we've been putting them out into the universe in the recent past. We've been sowing those seeds, and they're starting to come in the form of this sort of loved up Three of Cups card here in the beginnings of October. But I have a feeling, my intuition or my guides are telling me that this doesn't just exist in the month of October. This exists throughout probably November and possibly December for some of us. Now, the next card, one second, sorry guys. The next card is the Soul or Spirit card. Sorry, I'm actually hard boiling eggs right now while I'm doing this. The next card is the Spirit or Soul card. This card tells me a little bit about sort of where your spirit or soul is, what it's working on in the month of October, what it's focused on, what it wants. Wow, we have the universe. It's all open to us, Pisces. This month, we get to choose what we want in the month of October. The options are there. Try not to get stuck, but I feel like we won't get stuck because we're going to be coming from a place of love, and with this sort of brilliant thought or these brilliant ideas. We may not even have known that these were brilliant ideas when we had them, but they sowed some seeds that have brought us to this place in October where we're able to appreciate ourselves and those around us. And from that, the universe, our soul is responding by opening up the universe to us and saying, okay, what is it that we want? What do we want to create? We've got this great thought going on. We've got these good emotional feelings happening for us in the month of October. So what is it that we want? And then, the only thing that I see as a downside with this card is sometimes this feels stuck to me. Don't get stuck. Don't fear anything. Don't let fear creep in and go, oh, I don't want to make the wrong decision. Fuck it, Pisces. Take it all. You're at the buffet. Fill your plate. That's what I want to say. This universe card says to me that your soul wants you to experience all the joys and the fun. I kid with the thing about approach the couple at the end of the bar and maybe they'll buy you a drink, but that's kind of how we live our lives. We sort of roll through and we trust the universe, and yes, magical things happen, so let that magic happen. That's what this says to me, that we are wide open. The road is open. The universe is here and ready to meet us and our spirit, as long as we keep our hearts open and our minds open, right? So the next two cards are the outside influences. These cards tell me about sort of what is influencing the Pisces people the month of October, either positively or negatively. Now, these influences can be people, they can be events, they can also be things more vague, like energies or belief systems that we've adopted or been taught that no longer serve us or that aren't even of us, but we've just been living by them and unaware that they are influencing us. Okay, so one is the Two of Worlds. This is interesting to me because this is an outside influence, but twos always make me think of relationships. But this is a Worlds card, which is Pentacles, like in a normal traditional tarot. Well, this is a traditional tarot, but in a traditional tarot deck, it would be like the Two of Pentacles. To me, this is about balance. This is about harmony. This is about reflection, obviously, because the card is called reflection. But we have like a very strong intuitive guidance happening here with this moon here, and there's there's going to be opportunities in the month of October where we are going to want to go inward and get clear on what it is we want in our financial and career sector, what it is we want to create and how we want to go about creating it. Building that clarity with ourselves and with our sort of monetary selves, with our career space, with our, our home space, with the things in the material world that make us happy, finding that balance and that give and take, and really reflecting upon that and creating that for ourselves. That opportunity is here. This is part of this universe card. This is us becoming like sort of in sync with our financial space, our career space, our home space, our relationship space. Anything that has to do with the material world, this is about us going inward, reflecting upon it, and gaining clarity and sort of peace around it. And part of the reason why we're able to do that is because we're coming from this place of appreciation and love. We have been coming from this place of brilliant thought and clear ideas and new ideas and inspired ideas. That energy is pushing us forward. And when the outside world or the outside universe is giving us these opportunities to like go within and reflect on how we want things to be and how we want to create things, take that time, take that downtime and reflect. Take that opportunity to go into your intuitive self, because we are extremely intuitive sign. Go into that intuition and check in with yourself, and where do we want to make changes? Where do we want it? Like, there's a moon here and a moon here, they're talking back and forth to one another. It's almost like the universe is talking to the Pisces intuition here and saying, how do we want it? Tell me what you want. I'm going to bring it to you. It's all here in this universe card. What do you want? Let me bring it to you. And so we do need to quiet the mind in the month of October at certain points, go into meditation, go into reflection, and really get clear on what it is that we want in our friendships, what it is we want in our career, how do we want our money to come to us, how do we want it to be, because we can have it we can be building it and creating it, because we have been so far in the months previous with this Ace of Crystals, but we also will continue to build it throughout the month of October. Now, the other outside influence is the Four of Wands. Wands deals with fire and spirit, but to me, this is aspiration. Sometimes this card looks like aggression or like fighting against something, really working hard for something, but to me, in a more darker sort of aggressive way. When I look at this is about us being in our strength. This is about Pisces. We tend to be a little bit like go with the flow kind of people. And I see that in this Three of Cups is definitely our love flowing. And even in the brilliance, I see the ideas like sort of popping forth from us and being inspired and brilliant. But this card to me feels like there are going to be opportunities where we may need to stand our ground, where we may need to be a light for others and be strong in who we are and stable in who we are, and sort of not let sort of the outside environment affect us as much as it maybe normally can and has in the past. But we are going to be able to do that by being reflective, by going in and talking to our intuition, by connecting to the universe, to our own spirit, and letting that like sort of reflection strengthen us, so that when things get maybe a little bit dodgy or rough, or the environment wants to say, no, you're wrong about that, Pisces, we can put our foot down or put our fist up and say, hell no, we won't go. Do you see what I'm saying? This doesn't feel so much like an aggression as much as it's a standing in one's own truth, one's spiritual fiery truth. And we are going to get that opportunity. We're going to know what we want, what we aspire to, and we're going to like have reflected upon it deeply enough and intuitively enough that we are going to sort of be given the opportunities where we can stand strongly in that truth in the month of October and make it happen. Okay? So this is a beautiful card to have here, especially with the universe kicking in our soul space. It says to me, the universe wants to give us what we want. Our soul wants us to connect to the universe. We also have to stand in our spiritual truth, in strength, in stability. Fours make me think of stability because of four legs on a table. So if we stand in strength, and the top of my head is being touched right now. As we stand in strength, we will be able to stand in that spiritual truth and make that aspiration become real for not only ourselves, but we light the way. The Statue of Liberty is telling me we will light the way for others. And there are others out there that are reaching for it, that need it, and that want to find their truth. So we have to be the strong ones. Even though we're not necessarily, I mean, Pisces have their strengths, but we're known for being wishy-washy, right? This is going to be us showing a different side of ourselves from having gone in and used our intuition as our strength. And from there, we create that spiritual strength that we have that others sort of need, especially in today's world. Now, this last card is the potential outcomes card. This tells me a little bit about sort of where the month will end out. This is the future card, the end of the month, October, for the Pisces people, okay? This is potential in the sense that it is sort of a card that represents where the energy is naturally flowing, barring that nothing major changes. But we do have free will and free choice, right? So if this is something negative that we don't want to see happen, we can use this card as a warning to start to make the choices and changes now in the beginning of the month to avoid this outcome happening altogether. But if this is something that's beneficial or in line with what it is that we do want, we can take heart in the fact that as long as we follow these cards in the way that they've sort of played out, we're going to naturally sort of flow towards this outcome or something close to it. So let's see what that card is. This is the Three of Crystals, which is creativity. Now, I like this because to me it feels like, again, where he's trying to hold on to this Ace of Crystals. It's a little bit lower vibe in the sense that it is still creative thinking, but we've got things that we've reflected upon in our career space. We've had opportunities in the month of October to reflect on what it is we want financially, where we want to be in the world, and how we want to be in the world. And then we've gotten the spiritual strength to sort of stand true in that, right? We've had these opportunities that will come to pass throughout the month of October that will allow us to shine the light on our own path and on the path of others in the process, and therefore we'll stand strong in our spiritual strength of what we aspire to and what we want. What we're going to end up with at the end of the month is we're going to end up with this creativity, this Three of Crystals, where we're going to have to look to the broader horizon, and we're going to have to not get dragged down. Excuse me, that's my timer for my eggs. We're going to have to not get dragged down into what other people believe and other people's misery. Stay high vibration, stay creative, and continue on in our thoughts of brilliance as best we can so that we can move forward into the winter months, creating what we started here. These brilliant ideas and thoughts are still at work. They just might be toned down a little bit, but we want to hold on to them. We want to focus on them. So by month's end, I want to hear back from my Pisces about how you are still being creative, how you are keeping your mind fresh, alive, and set to the horizon, how you are staying focused on your aspirations and what you want, and how you know that your soul is trying to bring you everything that the universe wants to give you. Stay in this love vibe through most of the month of October, and you should be able to come out still in a positive mindset. It may not be quite as positive as it has been in the recent past, but that creativity is still propelling us forward to the aspirations and the things that we have reflected upon that we want in our life. And we will, I promise you, Pisces, with this universe card in our soul space, we will be able to attain and create them in the months to come. Please, if you liked this reading or enjoyed it, please give it a like, give me a subscribe, and hit the bells, and follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. I will post there when the next month's Tarotscopes go up and when I put up pick-a cards and things of that nature. Please check out my other videos. All my information is in the Linktree link to find me. I am available for personal private readings if you want something a little bit more specific to your own situation. I can definitely do that for you. You can reach me at the Facebook business page by emailing me, by direct messaging me there, or I think you can, what do the kids call it? Slide into my DMs on Instagram, and we can arrange to have a reading done over the phone. All right, you guys, have a wonderful October. I love you, Pisces. Thank you for all your patience and your beauty, and I will see you at another video. Take care.